Hi, I'm Jay from AminoZ. Today we're doing a review on Prana's Power Plant Protein Powder. This is their main protein powder. It's a plant-based protein, an all-natural protein, and it's from Prana, who are an Australian company. Now let's get into it, and starting off with the ingredients, let's pull up the ingredients onto your screen, and you can see there on the panel, the number one ingredient is the protein blend comprising of pea protein, rice protein, and fava bean protein. Okay, so what you can see there is that, look, that's obviously you would expect the protein to be the number one ingredient on the list, and they've grouped it all together into that protein blend. What's quite unique about this blend is the fava bean protein, and the combination of all these three proteins does deliver a full amino acid spectrum, which is great and is necessary for a plant-based protein powder. Now, you'll also see on the ingredients there, it is all natural, and on every single flavor, it does note that natural flavoring is used. I think this is really key for anything that's vegan or plant-based. It's all natural flavoring, and it's also all natural sweetener. They use monk fruit extract, and they also use stevia. Now, there's something interesting here, and besides just having the proteins on there, they also fortify this with the branched chain amino acids. So they add in valine, isoleucine, and leucine, which are the three branched chain amino acids. Plant-based proteins usually have a lower amount of branched chain amino acids, especially the valine, relative to the more highly bioavailable whey protein equivalent. So it's nice to see that they've fortified this powder with those additional aminos. Now, there's one other thing that really stands out on the ingredients here, and that's the gut health blend. In there, they've blended in some digestive enzymes and also some probiotics. I think this is really interesting and also really great because the digestive enzymes, that will not only promote a healthy microbiome, but it may actually enhance the rate of absorption of the protein into your body, particularly useful after a workout. Now, what also worth noting, there is the reishi mushroom in the blend that may help with immunity and reduction in fatigue. Overall, I think that this is a really good blend. I love the fact that this plant-based protein is all natural. So typically, if you're going for a plant-based, you're probably quite health conscious. And so I think they've really nailed it with this. There is only one query that I've got with the ingredients. It's maybe a minor complaint, more a question of why they did it. They've added in their MCTs. So MCTs are medium chain triglycerides, and it's a fat. So look, if you're taking this product during the day, well, there's really no problem because you're getting that fat. It's a source of energy, and it can be a good alternative to a carbohydrate as a source of energy, especially if you're on a ketogenic diet. The question is though, normally protein powders are taken after a workout, and Prana they haven't specifically set it on the label to take it after a workout as such, but if you are taking this post-workout, the added fat in there can actually slow the rate of absorption of the protein down. So I'm not quite sure why they have added the MCTs in there if this is just a standard protein powder. Having said that, it is a great ingredient list. It's very clean, it's all natural, and there really isn't much to fault here. So all up, we're giving the ingredients a 9 out of 10. Now onto the macronutrients, and as advertised on the label, you're getting 30 grams of protein per serve, and that's the big selling point of this product. Meanwhile, the fat and the carbs vary. So the fat will vary between 3.2 to 4 grams per serve, and the carbohydrates you'll get between 4.2 up to 7.4 grams of carbs per serve. So while the protein is quite good, I question the fat and the carbohydrate. Starting off with the fat, on a percentage basis, it's roughly about 7 to 8% fat, which is relatively high for a protein powder. So this does actually rank in the bottom 20% when we rank all the products based on their fat percentage, considering that a lower amount of fat ranks higher. Also, in terms of the carbohydrate, I did mention there per serve, you're getting up to 7.4 grams. So when we rank the carbohydrate percentage of this product relative to all the other proteins in the category, it ranks in the bottom 32%. And in fact, this protein is 13% carbohydrate. That's going to be a little bit of a turn off, the fat and the carbohydrate content, for some people who are watching the carbs and the fat and really just want a high protein product. So look, all in all, I think the fat and the carbohydrate content may pose a barrier to some people. However, if that's not a concern to you, then the macronutrients do stack up really well. Overall, out of 10, this scores a 6 for the macronutrients. Now, moving on to the label transparency. And to start with, there's nothing deceptive or misleading about this label. It's really good, it's really clear, and they do make some statements on there, but they're backed up by the actual ingredients. You'll see on the front of the label that it says branched chain amino acids and digestive enzymes and probiotics. And then you look at the ingredients list, and these things are actually added in. Why I sometimes have a bit of an issue with this is because sometimes you'll see on some labels that they say branched chain amino acids, and you look at the ingredients and there are no added branched chains, but branched chain amino acids are naturally found in practically all protein sources. It's nice to see that they've advertised it, but they've also added it in by fortifying the product. There are a couple of things in terms of transparency that I do feel could have been improved. The first one is that they do use blends, and the number one ingredient on there is a blend of protein. So you've got the pea protein, rice protein, and fava bean protein. What we don't know is how much of each protein is there in the blend. And it could be possible, although unlikely, that there's 99% pea protein and then 0.5% of rice protein or something like that. So we don't know how this balances out. We also don't know if we pulled this blend apart, if pea protein first of all, would pea protein rank as number one on the ingredients list? And how would those other proteins rank relative to everything else in the ingredients? Also, I did note before, there are probiotics in here, but it's right down the very end of the ingredients list, and we have no idea how many probiotics are actually in there, so I would have loved to see a CFU count. Now finally, there's one other thing in terms of transparency of the label, and that's in terms of the amino acid profile. If you just see up on your screen now, they've listed all the amino acids on there, but they've just got a tick. It's just a tick. Whereas typically when you look at an amino acid profile on a protein powder, you would expect to see the amount of amino acids per serve or per 100 grams. Basically what they're saying is all the amino acids are in there, but look, I could have inferred that without seeing that panel on the label itself. So I don't really feel that that adds too much value to the end consumer. All in all, look, there are no major problems in terms of transparency, but there is definitely room for improvement. So out of 5, this scores 4 points. Now, in terms of the directions and servings, I feel that the directions are pretty vague in the sense that they don't specify when to consume this protein powder. So this may not be so much of an issue for the seasoned athlete or someone who knows their supplements, but for the newbie, that could be a bit of a problem. I did mention previously, the inclusion of the MCTs confused me a little bit as to when you should be taking this protein. So it kind of leads me to believe that this is more a protein for during the day, though I do suspect since this is their main protein powder, that this was also designed to be taken post-workout. Besides that, it's all fairly straightforward. You take a scoop, you put it into water, shake it up, and you drink it. But that does lead me on to one other issue, and that's the scoop size. As you can see up on your screen now, we took a scoop out and I weighed it, and one serve is 44 grams, but one heaped scoop is only 34 grams. That's a difference of 10 grams or 23% less than the actual serving size. So look, this is quite a significant difference and they really need to revise their scoop size. Out of 5, we're giving the directions and servings a 3. Now onto the flavor options, and there are a total of 7 flavors in this plant-based product. This is quite impressive because most natural or plant-based proteins only come in a handful of flavors, typically your vanilla and your chocolate and sometimes your unflavored. But Prana On, they've gone the extra mile. Besides the chocolate and the unflavored and the vanilla, they also have banana, coconut, salted caramel, and strawberry. Worth noting their original flavor is their unflavored flavor. So look, this actually performs right up the top of the category, and so we're giving this full marks, 5 out of 5. Now, the taste. And here's where a lot of plant-based proteins fall down. It's usually because of the protein base in there, because pea and rice and any of these plant proteins usually have a little bit of a taste, which is very hard to overcome with the flavoring. I think Prana On overall have done a reasonable job with some of these flavors. There are, however, some flavors where I think they've also missed the mark. So let's go through each of them individually. Starting off with the chocolate flavor, I really like the chocolate flavor. Look, it's not gonna be at the same caliber of a whey protein if you've tried a whey chocolate, which is typically like a milky, creamy, thick texture, but this one does a really good job. The chocolate complements the plant-based protein taste quite well, and it's not overly sweet. This is something that I could quite happily just drink and enjoy. Now, the other one that I was really excited to try was the coconut, because look, I love coconut, and to be honest, I really enjoyed this coconut. It wasn't overly sweet, though it was on the sweeter side. It had a really nice coconut flavor, which complemented the protein flavor, and also surprised me because it had some nice coconut flakes throughout the powder. Now, next up, the banana. And I don't think they really nailed the banana. Unfortunately, the plant protein base is too strong and the banana really doesn't come out in the flavor. I had to kind of concentrate on the flavor in order to identify that it was a banana. It just overall tasted really weak and didn't taste like a strong, satisfying banana taste. Next up, the Himalayan salted caramel flavor. I found this to be okay. It wasn't particularly sweet. I felt like the caramel, it's more on the, it's not burnt, but it's leaning towards the burnt taste. It could almost pass as a bit of a coffee flavor. I think if you do like the salted caramel, you might enjoy this, but I wouldn't say that it was an outstanding flavor. Now, the strawberry, I feel the strawberry was probably the weakest flavor out of the lot. I just didn't feel like there was much creaminess to the strawberry, and the strawberry itself tasted pretty fake. Look, it is all natural flavoring, but it just didn't taste like a strawberry. It really didn't hit the mark in my opinion, and the fact that they called it a strawberry sundae, I'm expecting something that's rich and creamy, just like a sundae. It wasn't that at all. But having said that, I wouldn't say that this flavor was bad, but it really just didn't hit my expectations of being a really nice, satisfying strawberry sundae flavor. And finally, the French vanilla, I felt that this was a fairly neutral and somewhat subtle tasting vanilla. The one thing I think with this flavor is it just slightly wasn't sweet enough. I feel this flavor was pretty good. It wasn't a strong flavor. It was fairly neutral, and it would go really well if you're blending this in with any other ingredients, such as if you're making a smoothie. So overall, I felt like there were two definite standouts, and that's the chocolate and the coconut. The other flavors, I felt like they were generally pretty average, and there is room for improvement there. There was no flavor that was offensive or that I really didn't enjoy. I felt like at minimum, there were a couple of average flavors there with two real standouts. So all in all, for the taste, we're giving this a 6 out of 10. Now onto the flavor rating consistency, and we look at how consistently do our customers rate the flavors that they've tried, and then we compare them to all the other products within the category to see how the variation compares. The more of a variation, the less consistent the flavors are rated. Anyway, with this product, there was a 20% difference, which ranks this product in the top 49% of the category, so it gets a 3 out of 5. So I'll just show you how this product mixes. I've got the chocolate flavor here. I've just got what they recommend, just straight water, put it into the shaker. And so a little bit of a shake here. That dissolves really well. There's really no sediment that you can see. So it's pretty impressive for a protein shake, for a plant-based protein shake. Now, also worth noting, there is the xanthan gum and the guar gum. So that is there to thicken the protein powder. And as you can see, like it's got a bit of a thicker texture, which really adds to the mouthfeel and it makes it really pleasant. Look, to be honest, I was really impressed with the texture of this product. It mixes well, it feels great in your mouth. I think it's exceptional for a plant-based protein. This is really rare to see. So all up, out of 10, we're scoring this a 9 out of 10. Now onto the popularity of this product. This is one of our top sellers in the natural protein category, yielding full marks, 5 out of 5. Now onto the rate of repurchase. Overall, customers are very likely to repurchase this product. It ranks in the top 20% of the products in the category, so that comes out at a score of 8 out of 10. And now finally, in terms of the user reviews, the average score for the Power Plant Protein is 89%. That score, ranked relative to all the other products in the same category, comes out in the top 68% of the category. And so this comes out at a score of 7 out of 10. Now, onto the size options. This product comes in 3 standard sizes. There's the 400 grams, the 1 kilo, and the 3 kilos. Worth noting, there is also a 264 gram multi-pack size if you want to try out a few different flavors. So with 4 sizes available, this product ranks right up the top of the category and as a result gets 5 out of 5. Now onto the packaging of this product, and you'll see that they come in resealable pouches. It's a plastic pouch with foil on the inside. The foil's there to keep the product fresh. I don't have a major problem with using a pouch as such, but the powder in here, it's really fine, and as you open and close the powder does just tend to go up into the air and you get a bit of a dust storm. So I think that's a bit of a flaw in the packaging that has been chosen for this more premium product. I feel like a tub or something that was harder, that didn't encourage airflow through the actual body to therefore create this cloud of dusty, and it's a bit messy. That would have been a much better choice, I feel. Besides that though, look, the pouch looks great. It is of good quality. It reseals. There's no major issue. It doesn't leak, but I feel like the form factor maybe isn't the best suited to this powder. So we're giving this a 3 out of 5 for the packaging. Now, in terms of the product contents, as you can see on your screen, we weighed a 400 gram pouch. It came out at exactly 400 grams. So you're getting what you paid for. Full marks here, 10 out of 10. And in terms of the price range, this product is priced up the upper end for a natural plant-based protein powder. Now, when we compare this purely on a price per serve in the natural protein product category, it ranks in the bottom 25%, whereas a cheaper product is going to naturally rank higher. I think though, you've also got to consider what's actually in the product, and the ingredients in here are really, really good. It's all natural, it's all clean. They've used all natural flavoring. They've got the probiotics and they've got the digestive health blend as well. So it is quite a unique product for the category. It is not just a plant-based protein powder. They've tried to differentiate this product, and I think they've done it really well. Now, look, the product looks good. The package could be improved, I think, but all in all, I think that the product does represent very good value for what you are getting. So if you're looking for a premium blend, I would consider this to be a premium blend, and I would be quite happy to pay that little bit extra for what's in this product. I feel that it is a fair and justified price. So for the price point, we're giving this a 7 out of 10. All in all, I feel that there's a lot to love about this product. It's a plant-based protein that actually feels quite good in your mouth. There's a couple of really good tasting flavors, and it's vegan friendly. I feel that this is a great combination. Now, there are going to be some people who take issue with the carbohydrate and the fat content, and there is certainly room for improvement across a few of the flavors and in terms of a bit of the label transparency. But hey, it's a good product at a fair price point. Out of 100, this product scores a 78.